What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MontyVerse. We are here to check out the first ever teaser trailer for the Madam Web movie. I didn't think I would ever say those words in my entire life, but here we are.
Here we are. It is a movie.
All right, you ready to check this thing out?
I am, because I don't know anything about her, so let's get going.
Let's jump right into it, guys. Starting the trailer for Madam Web right now.
Whoa, the trailer before the trailer.
Oh.
Hey, come on. Get your stuff.
Whoa, what? Oh! Oh!
Let's try that again.
Wait, what?
Wait, so is she looping?
She's time slipping.
A week ago, I spent my life
continuity.
racing against time,
What?
I'm gonna help you out today, okay?
trying to save people who were running
Was
out
she
of it.
has she been an
Until
EMT?
one moment
No.
changed
It's-
everything.
It's Adam Scott.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
I don't understand what's happening. I've been having
Okay.
visions.
There we go.
I knew he was gonna die. I think I'm seeing the future.
New York City's a whole new level of crazy these days.
What do you want from me?
So, is that guy supposed to be someone
New York
that you
City's a
know?
whole
Yeah.
new level of crazy these days.
This is an emergency. Get off the train.
That man's trying to kill you.
He is,
Who are you? What is going on?
I think he's supposed to be a version of Ezekial
see the future.
Sims.
Oh, what the hell? She didn't see that coming? That's not how it works.
Got her.
I've seen that man before. So who is he? Ezekiel Sims.
There we go.
He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
Oh, God.
Wait, I recognize you. You live in my building.
You're the paramedic.
Yeah, you almost ran me over.
You don't think this is
Whoa.
weird? How we're all connected?
It's honestly like the least weird thing that's happened all day.
What do you want from me?
I have no idea what those girls are coming.
Why don't you
Oh!
We can see into the future.
what are you want from me?
He's trying to change what happens.
So he knows that they're all gonna become spider people,
Spider peoples?
and so he's trying to get ahead of the curve, I guess.
Your future was almost so different.
Where do we go?
If you want to live,
Oh, okay.
you
So
have
they're
to
all...
trust me.
Yeah, because why else would he be targeting them?
No, I know, but they're all getting comic accurate suits is what I'm saying.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're showing off. Maybe a little.
This is
It's such a weird movie.
that is 100% not what I was expecting.
Okay, it looks very cool. It definitely looks cool. And it's diving into the more lore-heavy aspects of the Spider-Man comic. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I know there's a lot of fans of this stuff in the Spider-Man comics. I've never really been a big fan of the Web of Life and Destiny stuff and the Spider Totems and Ezekiel Sims as a character. But I'm kind of intrigued by this movie. It's a really interesting way to handle these characters. It seems like, for the most part, Madam Web, I'm assuming this is the Cassandra Webb version. I feel like that's been confirmed, but she seems pretty accurate to her comics counterpart in terms of abilities. At first, it looked she was time traveling in the beginning, but
Yeah,
it's just precognitive
Okay, yeah.
sight.
So that I think makes a lot more sense, because at first what am I saying? Because I don't really know much about the character, but I think that's a more interesting twist, though.
Yeah, I was thrown for a loop there myself because Madam Web can't time travel, but she does have precognitive abilities. She's a psionic hero. She's definitely more psychic based powers in terms of she's precognitive and and she can see like energies.
Yeah.
So all of her powers are more mental, like psionic and aura based, and so this is just a visual way to show her precognitive abilities, kind of like the movie Next, starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god. And I mean, knowing nothing about this, if if this was just kind of an original concept, I think it is pretty interesting because it's basically you have this woman who gains abilities and she's kind of looking out for these other women who are going to potentially also gain abilities.
Yeah.
To me, the bigger question is, and you know better than me, is about Ezekiel Sims and like what are his motives? How does he know all this? And like where do you see this going, I guess?
I think they're going to merge the character of Ezekiel Sims with a few other characters from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of my I just don't like this stuff, but the movie looks like it's going to be doing something different with it, which I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, Ezekiel Sims looks like he's going to be hunting spider people.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming is going to tie back because they mention her mother in the Amazon. So her powers are probably going to be less because in the comics she gets her powers from she's diagnosed with a brain disorder. Something is wrong with her brain. And that gives her psychic abilities.
Oh, wow.
But it also makes her blind.
I was going to say, because that was something I was wondering about. They were going to go that way, because that's like the one other thing I knew about her.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens at the end of the movie. Maybe she goes blind somehow during the course of the movie.
Yeah.
But this seems like they're delving more into like the old gods, like South American origin of the Web of Life and Destiny version, where a goddess essentially creates this web of life and destiny, and she creates spiders to help maintain and weave this web. And this web contains all of reality, all realities and dimensions. And
oh no, it's like Loki.
yeah, it's very similar in a very weird way, but not at all. Also, because there are animal totems, and the spider totems are designed to help the web of life and destiny, and she creates these spiders that go through the multiverse and create new spider totems to serve her, essentially.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's kind of what's happening in this movie with Cassandra Webb. She's going to be more chosen than kind of happenstance.
Yeah, because like as soon as they brought up the stuff with her mom, that felt a little bit out of nowhere in the context of the trailer.
Yeah.
Something where it just kind of seemed like it seems very action forward, and like she's kind of just going around finding them, trying to protect them. So I was like, okay, where did that go?
A lot of spider themes, a lot of web themes. They're all like, all of these people are connected via like a web, like a tapestry. Like they're all intertwined with each other.
Yeah.
And I guess we should talk about the 3 spider women/girls that they're using from the comics.
Yeah, because I knew, like, especially with Sydney Sweeney, like, I was aware that there was going to be at least one Spider Woman. I didn't realize that was what they were going to do with 2 other characters, though.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely let me know, because they kind of showed that there was, obviously, they say a connective tissue in a way, but yeah, definitely expand upon what you think that will be.
Yeah, they're all 3 of these female characters are all 3 female spiders from the comics. Sydney Sweeney's character, Julia Carpenter's probably the most famous of the 3, I would assume, because I know the most about her. The Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman, who is the second Spider-Woman in the comics behind Jessica Drew, who's probably the most famous Spider-Woman and is not in this movie. And she has a very she has a lot of connective tissue with Madam Web in the comics. She becomes Madam Web at one point in the comics, and I think is currently still Madam Web in the comics, if I'm correct. So yeah, there's a lot of connective tissue there between those characters, and she has more like she has a very complex backstory where she was kind of used as a guinea pig unknowingly used as a guinea pig for experimentation by a company, and she was given more like traditional Spider-Man powers, like web slinging, stamina, speed, strength. And she has psionic webbing instead of like actual webbing, so she can create mind webs, which I think we see Sydney Sweeney doing in the trailer because her webs glow.
Yeah, and I kind of like that was a little ambiguous, like they didn't prolong those shots, so that hopefully there'll be some fun surprises. But yeah, and like you were mentioning the costumes, she looked really cool in it.
Yeah, I think and another one of these people, Maddie Franklin, who is played by Celeste O'Connor from Ghostbusters Afterlife. She has connections to Madam Web in the comics as well, because Madam Web essentially like trained her. She was like her protege, if you will, and they worked together a lot in the comics. So it's really cool because they're giving her like her comic accurate suit with these like iron spider like legs. So that's really interesting. I'm surprised that all of them really got comic accurate suits.
Yeah, I mean that's what's always tough, is because I'm all for realistic not realistic, but practical adaptations. But
Yeah.
they looked very good, and knowing that they're accurate, I think is going to probably satisfy people more and just makes it feel more comic booky.
Yeah, and then the final of the 3 spider people is Anya Corazon, played by Isabella Merced.
Or maybe I'm messing it
Or
up.
maybe, I don't know, one of us is right, one of us is wrong. We'll find out. And she's obviously was just cast as Hawkgirl in Superman Legacy. And she's playing, like I said, Anya Corazon, and she is Arachne, a character from Spider-Man comics, but a traditional female Spider-Man in that sense. So it's really cool to kind of see these underutilized spider people who don't really have much to do in the Spider-Verse movies either, kind of take the spotlight here. I'm really curious. This movie has me curious how they're going to handle the storyline without a Peter Parker.
Yeah, because my immediate question is because is there going to be any connection between the Venom movies to Morbius? And how will that, like, can this story, do you think, work without a Peter or a Spider-Man?
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to hide this in the movie, but I think this movie takes place earlier in the timeline before Peter was born. I think that's what was happening here.
I mean, I have nothing against it.
Because I think the official casting had Emma Roberts and Adam Scott playing Peter's parents. Or playing a version of Peter's aunt and uncle, Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Either, I know it's something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. And I think Ezekiel Sims is trying to hunt down them and stop Peter from becoming Spider-Man, who is the center of the moral center of the web and life, of life and destiny, all very complex stuff. And the reason why I don't like it is it kind of makes Peter have less choice in his actions and have less response. Like it tacks on more of a chosen one feel to Spider-Man, and I think that takes away from what makes Spider-Man special. But in the context of an Elseworlds movie, I'm curious to see how that plays out, and I think I'm excited for this.
I'm definitely interested. Like I said, I pretty much had no idea what to really expect. I don't know these characters that well, and sure as hell don't know any of their storylines, but I think this has me, like, just interested enough. I mean, even if it looked terrible, I would most likely see it at some point in time, but I think this has me a little bit hyped between the people involved and some of these story aspects, like the precognition that I wasn't even aware of before.
Yeah. And it's really cool to see, like, Ezekiel Sims be an evil Spider-Man, because we kind of got that with Miguel O'Hara in Across the Spider-Verse, but he's not really evil.
I was going to say, this guy's actually evil.
This guy is evil. He is aiming to kill these people. So to see Spider-Man's powers used that way outside of the comics or outside of animation is going to be really cool as well. And it's a nice little twist. It's like, whoa, it's a Spider-Man movie, but Spider-Man is the bad guy. Whoa. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest content. If you want to check out our other videos, click the link on the page. And until next time, guys, stay versed.